I'm so excited to make this video and show you the research I've done, which has blown my mind and will change the way you see fat loss, cravings, mood, and many other conditions. Turns out that microorganisms in our gut are able to hijack our behaviour, taste perception, and more. In this video, I'm going to explain the link between our gut and our brain and how you can ensure your gut microbiome is healthy and how you can test it too. 100 trillion organisms live happily in our large intestine, including fungi, viruses, and bacteria. They're estimated to weigh 2 kilograms, and it's a two-way relationship. They do 90% of our food digestion for us. They harvest nutrients and they help our immune system. Different strains do particular helpful jobs for us, like producing vitamin K or hormones, protect the lining of our intestine, and prevent excessive inflammation. In return for helping us, we feed them. Both sides are happy unless there's an imbalance in these microbes. When there's a diverse population, they expend their energy competing with each other for space and nutrients. Less diversity means they have more resources to manipulate their host's behaviour, i.e. us, by potentially controlling eating behaviour, by production of toxins that enter our blood, travel to the brain, and alter our mood, changes to taste receptors to make certain foods attractive, and hijacking our nervous system via the vagus nerve, which is the main neural axis between the gut and the brain. They do this to get the exact type of food they need. Some thrive on sugar, some thrive on fat or fibre, and when they get it, they produce dopamine as a feel-good reward. Over 50% of the body's dopamine and serotonin comes from our intestine. So let's look at 4 specific ways this could be affecting you without you even knowing it. Weight. If you struggle with weight loss, it may not even be you craving the food in the first place. The type of microorganisms prevalent in our gut dictates our weight. Overweight people have a certain microorganism, while people who don't put on weight have another type. There's been lots of research into fecal transplants from slim people into obese people that reverse the weight gain. Akkermansia is a strain found in high levels in lean people who don't have diabetes and have low cases of heart disease. We can increase levels of this particular strain by eating polyphenols, found in dark chocolate, red wine, and grapes. Also found in short-chain fatty acids from sweet potato and yucca. Professor Spector from King's College London stated, "Our findings show that specific groups of microbes living in our gut could be protective against obesity." This fascinating paper suggests that obesity may be socially contagious, just like a cold. Obesity-causing microbes can be transmitted from person to person, which may explain why cohabiting individuals share the same oral and gut microbes with each other, and even their dogs. Seratonin dysfunction. As I mentioned, most of the serotonin comes from our gut. So when there's a disbalance in the gut, it's thought that this can cause depression, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, restlessness, digestive issues such as constipation, diarrhea, chronic pain, migraines, memory loss, and cognitive decline. The stress hormone cortisol. So the vagus nerve sends signals in both directions between the gut and the brain. In mice, it was found that increasing probiotics reduced cortisol levels in blood, but when the vagus nerve was cut, then the probiotics had no effect. So the theory is when people are deficient in probiotics, they may have higher cortisol levels, which can be corrected. Mental health. This paper suggests an association between microbiome dysbiosis and addiction, alcohol, food, and substance. ADHD, autism, bipolar, Alzheimer's, depression, Parkinson's, and schizophrenia. A lot of these were previously thought to be genetic, hereditary, but we're now beginning to understand that our gut microbiome may be playing a much bigger part than we ever thought. The encouraging thing is that for some people, dietary changes may be enough to reduce symptoms. Addiction. Tweaking the balance of gut bacteria can alter brain chemistry and lead to animals becoming either bolder, more anxious, or depressed. Dr. Donna Lee Snipes, a clinical supervisor, stated, "Intestinal microorganisms interact with the neuroendocrine system to modify behaviours relevant to stress, eating, obesity, sex, social behaviour, and addiction." Hayfever. 23 studies involving 1,900 participants found evidence that probiotics for hay fever decrease the severity of common symptoms. Scientists think that restoring or increasing the diversity of bacteria in the gut can have a positive effect on the immune system and lessen the impact of allergies such as hay fever. Testing. The only way to know for sure what's going on in your gut is to do a home test. but they're not going to diagnose anything. The best one I could find online is VIOME Gut Intelligence Test. You send a stool sample for analysis, and 2 weeks later they send you an overview of your gut health with your gut's response to over 300 foods, the health of your gut lining, inflammatory activity, metabolic fitness. They give you your ideal combination of probiotics and prebiotics, supplements, vitamins and herbs to balance your gut, recommendations for food to eat and to avoid. But just doing the test once doesn't really help that much, as our microbiome changes depending on what we eat daily. So to get an accurate picture, you'd want to test maybe for a few months to get a longer term view. I got in touch with VIOME and they have provided some discount codes if you want to try. They give you 10% off an individual test with this code, 15% off a 6-month and 10% off a 12-month subscription. And I'll put all these links below. Maintaining a healthy gut microbiome. So first of all, diet. So consuming a diet rich in fiber, fruits, vegetable, which can help promote the growth of beneficial microorganisms. Fermented foods like sauerkraut, probiotic food, yogurt, prebiotic like fiber. You've got kombucha, kefir, sourdough bread. Try new foods from other countries to vary your microbiome. Kombucha is fermented black tea. Quite nice. This is sauerkraut, which is fermented cabbage, and I've been having tofu, which is fermented soybean, once a week. Probiotics. So if you're lazy and you just want to take a pill instead of making dietary changes, you can take probiotics, which are live bacteria and yeasts that are similar to the beneficial microorganisms found in the gut, but their effectiveness is still being researched. Some scientists will say that they are amazing and others say that they don't work. The issue is that stomach acid and bile is supposed to stop anything from passing into our system. On the other hand, prebiotics, which are non-digestible fibers that help beneficial microorganisms, do work, as this 2022 research confirms. The best company I can find is called Your Biology, and they make Gut Plus, which is 20 million live bacteria. This is probiotic and prebiotic, so you get 2-in-1. It's dairy-free, non-GMO, and you don't have to keep this in the refrigerator. But the main reason why I'm recommending this to you is that they have a 2-month money-back period. So if this does nothing for you, then you can get your money back. So saying that, you can't just take it for a couple of days. You need to take it for like a month and a half to get the ultimate benefit. It's also got vitamin D3 in it as well, which is essential. I should quickly mention that on their website, they do say this is great for women, but I contacted the company and they do actually recommend this for men and women. I also like the fact on their website they have studies listed to back up the claims that they're making. So if you want to try this, I will put the link below, and for transparency, I have got an affiliate agreement with them, so for every purchase I get a small commission. Stress reduction and management. This study suggests meditation will help our gut microbiome. Also mindfulness, yoga, or whatever you do to chill out. Sleep. So there's a day team and a night team in your gut. They go by circadian rhythms. If you have jet lag, then that throws them out of their rhythm. So you need to try to eat at the same time every day. Greater microbiome diversity equals better sleep quality. As I said earlier, a healthy microbiome influences the production of serotonin, which is involved in regulating sleep. I can 100% say that's true, as my sleep has improved massively since tweaking my diet. Exercise, just moving and walking, using stairs is beneficial to the gut microbiome. Antibiotics, they cause dysbiosis, imbalance in the gut microbiome. After a course of antibiotics, many people suddenly start gaining weight. In the US, cattle are given antibiotics for that very reason. Antibiotics kill off all the microbiome, but like a forest fire, some of the roots remain, so they will come back. The issue is which strain will be prevalent. You have to start from scratch. Glyphosate, which is chemical from Roundup, which is sprayed onto all kinds of crops like wheat, which remains in our food, and it kills off the good bacteria. The only way to avoid that is to go organic. So I'm currently using a bread maker and organic flour to make all my own bread and pizza base, and any vegetables I buy are organic. Pets. Interestingly, people with dogs or cats that go outside running around in the dirt have more helpful bacteria than those without pets. What about natural ways to get more bacteria? Hiking, going to the beach, getting out in nature where we absorb bacteria. That was a normal way of life. Quickly want to mention that we also have a microbiome in our mouth, which starts the digestion process. But if you use mouthwash, you eradicate it. I've been using this Gutology toothpaste. It contains probiotics to support your oral microbiome, and I'm really happy with it. It's 100% natural, no toxic ingredients or fluoride, and I'll link this below. Let me know if you have any advice on foods or supplements below in the comments. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.